afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to the exciting 1v1 on Angleville. Between the south, we got Cheese fighting here for the Soviet Union. Striking back at the fascists here with the 223rd Rifle Division. Versus the north, we got BlackAce fighting for Germany, Deutschland. And the 3rd SS Panzer Division Totenkopf we've got here, conscript support, counterattack, and guard motor coordination tactics with several sniper bulletins. With counterattacks immediately chosen here, by the way, by Cheese versus BlackAce's Jaeger armor, lightning wall, and mobile defense with several infantry bulletins. We got conscripts and more conscripts on the way there for Cheese, rather standard stuff. Similarly, BlackAce with MD-42 and Grenadiers, also pretty standard, though he is going for the Eastern Side, which is always, I think, a bit of a perilous move to do for the Wehrmacht here in Angerville. But nonetheless, into the east, BlackAce goes. Into the tight confines of the Russian, with a Molotov or some submachine could appear around every corner. More conscripts on the way there for Cheese, was also spreading out into the west. In fact, that is primarily where he's pushing for, so that could allow him to sort of quickly grab a lot there, but also then sort of use this to sort of sneak behind and go for the CoH2 one, for example, also occupy the building there. So that could easily end up a bit ugly there for BlackAce. But now we actually see Grenadiers on the west, so he might, of course, in this case, not be completely unaware of what's going to be happening here in the west and what might come from there. And we only got a single engineer here, so we might actually be able to make some good progress in the east. We've got more Grenadiers on the way for BlackAce for the Wehrmacht. Grenadiers versus conscripts, few shots fired. Grenadiers need to get into better cover right there, they're quite exposed. So it's not going to well up there in the face of the conscripts. Remember, cover is directional, you can't just touch it and go, look at this, I'm in cover! No, you actually have to, have to put the object between you and the enemy. Otherwise it doesn't quite work. There are some things, that are more all directional, like craters for example, but that's not a crater. That's a stack of hay. Conscripts moving up. Grenadiers are taking losses. Poor Jürgen is down, where the Russians have suffered losses themselves. Second Grenadiers got them moving, and there we go. As all of this is happening, we are seeing Cheese actually sneaking up, that he probably has a good idea where BlackAce's forces are. He also has a good idea where they aren't, and he uses this actually to quick rush in, but even here he's playing cautiously, using the building to spot ahead, scout, and he's going straight for the CoH2 point here, forcing them BlackAce to have to double back from here, or elsewhere from here, to sort of have to react to this. And even then you can go for the CoH2 point and then sit in here, making things very difficult for BlackAce. So right here, very strong angle cut-off play there by Cheese, and there you go, Grenadiers pushed away, simply too many conscripts, too much Russian infantry rushing in there. Plus, of course, the CoH2 point here, so now things going to be ugly. Plus, I mean, if he had this point, disconnected, he might be able to pull it off, but at the same time, he's pushing for both CoH2 points here, so Cheese very aggressive playing off here and getting a large map control advantage here versus BlackAce already, who's by the way adding in more Grenadiers, and we are also getting tech up here as well. MD-42 setting up here, trying to bleed out the rations. Always a bit of a risky proposition, because now we got Cheese attacking from the south, so we can't just leave the MD-42 like that, and there we go, we got a retreat here. Grenadiers counter-attacking here, conscripts falling back, trying to buy time for more reinforcements and movement from the east, rapidly responding to the movements of the fascists. Meanwhile, the Pioneers just continue on with no time getting back, so prepare. I like to make a nice company as soon as possible. We got more engineers on the way for Cheese. Grenadiers leading forwards, conscripts there dug in. Grenadiers will probably try and still flank a bit about, at least partially. And there we go, some Russians are sticking heads up, so the Grenadiers should have a big chance there. But in this case, we see that Cheese is actually swiftly reacting, focusing down the Grenadiers. They are the biggest threat there. Well, oh, rifle grenade though! There we go, punished for just bunching up behind a single piece of cover there. The conscripts are rapidly falling back, and all of a sudden here, Cheese's stranglehold on the western side of the map, at least it's not so strong, but eastern side, he's really gaining a lot there against BlackAce, who's just continuing harassing. BlackAce got Puma coming here, going up for Cheese, moving ahead rapidly with his plans. But no luck to make a nice company, the Pioneers are still down there. Yeah, I think we might be a bit out of supply. Perhaps we should go back 90 to. We are the SS. We are supposed to get ourselves killed in the most outrageous ways possible, while killing as many of the enemy. Really? Yeah, I don't get it either. Fun fact though, not everybody, in particular as the war progressed, really found it very fun to join in the SS, and it was partly because, again, they had a reputation for getting people killed and not just the enemy. There were some definite issues with that. Sure, they were the elite, but they were rather costly elite. Well, not everyone of them were elite anyways. The quality of the SS could vary quite sharply. But we got these planets because the consequence full this is a lot of infantry from BlackAce. We actually got a tango tank come out here from Cheese already. 5 minutes in, he's building one. And he could actually quickly go for, say, a half track if he wants to and really strike at BlackAce. That could be really nasty with the name up there. And there we go, we've got the conscript base being surrounded. Does he have any flamethrowers here? Nope, they could try and get him, probably should get to burn out the rations there. West side, there's been secured here. We are seeing that more and more force of Cheese being drawn into the east, and with the buildings around there, that might just work out a bit here for BlackAce, though the flamethrowers would say a bit against that. So now fighting sort of spreading out a lot more. BlackAce is on the offensive against the Cheese, and it's somewhat working on it, so suffering losses reconnected with the eastern munitions. They can't seem to gain the western one. The conscripts there were able to gain a hard-fought victory here. Germans all dead all over the place. And no attempt there to flamethrowers there for BlackAce, as he's perhaps planning light machine guns or something else. Nope, nothing like that. Getting engineers bringing up straight into the Grenadiers. Out in the open in the middle of the road. I mean, there's only one window to respond, but still necked. Oh, never mind, flamethrower. That's definitely going to win them the fight. Still noting, by the way, no like to make a nice company here for BlackAce, yet his opponents all here got the tank which had command, got flamethrowers up, so that probably means no half track, which means he's playing straight for the T-70 as soon as he can. And at the current rate, that's about another minute. So things are definitely getting up here, and we can see the Cheese is really playing along with his momentum. All the pressures are initially gotten here, and he's quickly investing it into some light tanks. So far we've seen nothing out of the doctrine. I mean, he's got shock troopers, but he's not quite throwing them at BlackAce as of yet. And again, going for the car point even further now, mining them up here. Again, we can see that Cheese is clearly aware where to sort of apply the biggest pressure on this map, and sort of constantly going for it. Everything else can just pick up afterwards, but you've got the car point. He's essentially not his opponent the resources, and in particular needs to map again. If he can just hold the building here as well, he can make things really difficult for his opponent. BlackAce does seem to realize on this, of course, now he's focusing more on the west, but he's still not giving up in the east. You also finally got a light to make a nice company going up here that I do feel is a bit late there. You also got a medic bunker up there to provide healing for the troops. And soon, there we go, in fact we got a T-70 on the way here. Question, of course, will BlackAce be expecting it? Or what will he be expecting? What will he be thinking he'd get away with? He's getting a 222, so he's clearly not expecting a T-70. If he was, he'd be getting a Pack 40. But he isn't, so he's not. Engineers seeing a bit of a problem. They can't really respond to long range. They can try and clear up those flamethrowers, but ultimately they are outnumbered and outgunned there by the Germans. MG42 in his position here. Bit hard to flank, but also has a decent chance of actually getting out of there alive, even in case of a deeper flank. There we go. Full conscript assault. MG42, though, if it had been up close to support the frontline troops, could have halted this instead, though. Now, particularly with engineers flanking in, BlackAce's position here is pretty precarious. 2-2 moving in. Grenadiers there. Oh no, that just looks like an accident waiting to happen. Do not worry, this is the most tactical setup. It's not like there's a mining between you guys, so stop crying and whining. Here striking at the engineers, got nothing to worry about there. I'm just sort of waiting for them to move and just set off the mine there. Conscript actually falling back there, retreating. And there we go, mine went off. Every single one of them, but the guy who stood the farthest away died. And there we go with the T-70 as well. Now Cheese has rather played out his immediately strongest card. And so also thrown BlackAce a bit back. BlackAce's next response will most likely be a Pack 40 here. So try and deal with it. Then again, he might try and reinforce his troops first. But that's only going to delay his sort of counter to the T-70. And note, of course, he's got not enough munitions. Well, now he does, but nothing he can sort of halt the T-70 otherwise. Obviously, BlackAce is not allowing himself to intimidate, instead pushing towards the east. And what is this? We got aerial reconnaissance in the first few minutes. Basically, what this allows, of course, is to partly keep a check on what he's got on the field, but also what he's doing in the base. But also, more importantly, and I suspect this is also why he's doing it, he's got a T-70. He's looking for any Pack 40 there, which basically tells me if there's no Pack 40, he can operate his T-70 a lot more freely than he otherwise could, because then, one shot or two, T-70's down. Whereas if there's no Pack 40, or at least where he knows where it is, he can operate his T-70 a lot more freely. So that is a pretty damn clever move there. Also rare, but damn clever. In this case, checking for mines. He's really worried that BlackAce will mine this area with a telemine, but BlackAce has yet to have the opportunity. He's finally getting the Pack 40. And they could be in a bit of trouble. We've got the T-70 moving in. 45mm gun firing. Pack 40 almost done. 2-2 here in the west. Needs repairs. And trying to shoot down the reconnaissance aircraft. And he's being pushed back by the T-70. Also, he's lost the Grenadier squad, so that's a pretty harsh loss there for BlackAce. Pack 40 moving up. Overall, we're seeing once more that Cheese is successfully pushing back BlackAce. Whatever small gains it made are quickly vanishing beneath Cheese's rapid and aggressive assaults. Trying to make for the building, never go succeeding, but still conscripts outside. T-70 as well. I fear the Pioneers will not be able to make, but there goes bring up the Pack 40 support. Here we got Maxim with engineer support versus MD-42s. Grenadiers trying to flank in most likely, but we also got other troops sneaking about here. Oh no, another wipe there thanks to mine. Horrific stuff there for BlackAce. 2-2 flanking in, T-70 slowly pulling back, Pioneers and Pack 40 moving about as well in the east, but they could likely be forced into the west for the time being. Rather intense match here, T-70 setting out. They go 2-2 fire, some shot penetrate. 2-2 though gets lucky. As the T-70 misses its first shot, no, the second not quite as much. More infantry will be needed. There we go, getting Grenadiers. There's some Panzer Grenadiers down the road, will be good here. And we got a response here. It is mobile defense. Left with no option here to sort of deal with the T-70. I imagine is what he's thinking. He's going to go for the Puma most likely, sort of try and deal with it more aggressively, but also support his troops a bit. So that is not entirely bad. And he's going for a lot of Grenadiers now. Cancel them instead going for the Puma. That should at least help keeping the T-70 a bit more careful and lots more sort of, well, flexibly deal with it. Whereas the Pack 40 basically has to hope to sort of catch it with it, where the Puma can actually has a chance of hunting it down and dealing with it. MD-42 continues to guard the cut-off point here, turning into the conscripts. 1200 rounds per minute. Troops suppressed, Pioneers reinforcing. Maximum engineers moving about. Holding the Puma back, not committing it yet. Waiting for the T-70 to appear, then he shall strike. Like a tiny Teutonic god of tank destruction, of the lighter kind anyways. Back at the base here, Cheese is not going for any further, could go for assault guns in the T-70. He seems to be losing up here, perhaps he's playing for perhaps either B4 or the KB1. And he's certainly got the advantage where perhaps he could actually get away with it, but I think you should always be careful about just suddenly putting everything on the hold just to get something a bit later. It does give your opponent always just that chance of getting back into the game. And there we go, we got from Mother Russia, another very used ability here from the Soviets. Counterattacks on been seen much using lately, but there we go, for Mother Russia, charging forwards. Conscripts going straight for the 2-2 anti-tank grenades in hand, and there we go, throwing them away. Damaged engine. Engineers rushing forward to conscript again from Mother Russia. Basically has them always sprinting, so they can actually catch up with the 2-2 here.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Clearly someone's been spiking the vodka. And there we go, almost got the 2-2 machine gun bunker firing away. Troops are pressed, but still they can do it. Perhaps. They're continuing on, but straight to the machine gun fire, and there we go. Gets to 2-2. Bit of a loss there for BlackAce, who's constantly suffering under here the rapid assaults of Cheese and his men, and certainly using from Mother Russia, but at least sort of make up for the thing again. He's just basically holding back the rest of his resources by just allowing his infantry to push that much harder. So that is some very bold play there. And again, a bit rare to see him. In fact, we've seen him use abilities most players don't use in ages. Again, from Mother Russia, recon overflight. T-70 strike against the Pioneers there, opening up with its 45mm gun. Closing in a bit too. We got the Puma there responding. Got the Maxim hanging about there. Nothing further going on the base, but he's very close to focus on being up to set up the B4 to go straight for a KV-1 heavy tank. Grenadiers advancing, Pack 40 holding back. Consul setting out straight into the Puma. Shoots the tractor. Yeah, good shooting, Jürgen. That tractor was a real menace to us. There we go, we got the B4, Stalin's sledgehammer, as was known as, 203mm howitzer. I do believe he was actually sort of self-propelled, though here his issues are more regular. So I suppose having been able to move about would be a bit too much. All the way, really big gun. There's the being suppressed by the Maxim. Troops sneak about there.
You may now unleash our soldiers' patriotic zeal to increase
Puma sets
combat
out.
effectiveness.
Looking for prey. And he's actually using also the capture mode there. Good stuff, good stuff. Cheese certainly utilising the Soviet army more than perhaps most players. Impressive. There you go, Puma moving in slowly, and there you go, shoots at the T-70, misses though. Pisa needs to get away there. Recon mode, oh the OD needs a bit, there we go. T-70 able to fight back against the Puma now. Concepts rowing forth, but looks like not quite succeeding. There we go, small hit. Will it go for the KV? There we go, KV-1, heavy tank arrives. So I think some use it in late 1944-45, but then it would largely be replaced with the slightly upgraded KV-85, which was itself sort of an intermediate tank between the KV series and the IS series. The difference between the K1 and the KV-85 was basically it had sort of the same gun as the T-45 and a better turret. Fun facts there though, Grenadiers under fire, lots of damage, lots of shots, Grenadiers in a pretty bad position. And of course now with the B4 firing in there as well, there's further pressure now on BlackAce. He can't get this around for too long in any spot, otherwise it's going to knock him out. K1 there flanking in, Puma moves up, shoots, penetrates, Engineers flanking in. KV-1 misses, second shot. T-70 moves up as well, he needs to get that MG42 out of there. Almost right, but looks like he might just make it anymore. Got further pressure on the western flank from Cheese. Extolling his infantry to greater virtues, pushing them forwards against the fascists, the Hitlerite scum. Meanwhile, Cheese's armoured column there sitting about. He might want to consider getting afterwards an SU-76 to support the tanks here further versus the Puma, and getting something the Puma can't easily just outrun, since with these two, it's got better range, better speed, but an SU-76 does have better range, plus pretty good rate of fire. So that could actually be a pretty big threat there to the Puma. BlackAce certainly is rather on the back foot here. Still trying to push forward, light machine guns tearing into the Russian infantry, holding up in craters and whatever else they can find. B4 so far not having much success in actually hitting anything. Maxim setting up to slow down the German advance, but there you go, splitting up his infantry, allowing him to at least one unit there to deal with it. There you go, caught between two light machine guns. Lost a quick rifle grenade flying off as well, doing heavy damage there. Puma sets out. A lot of back and forth actually between these two players. The acting only he's got two machine guns now out here actually. You can even steal the Max and then turn that further against Cheese. Of course, the B4 there's going to be a bit limited to what much they can do. K1 sets out. And shock troops out here for Cheese. Some more infantry. Instant is not perhaps trying to play to his full advantage in armor, so a further push against the BlackAce with that, but instead going for shock troops. Now we got both former Russia and recon overflight at the same time, and they might use the B4 to knock out targets using recon overflight, and then of course they're just pushing forward with the infantry gun. It's hitting absolutely overwhelmed. No MG42 nearby, so the counter there very difficult to deal with. Just needs more infantry support here in the eastern side. He probably could have made a full push, but there goes shock troopers. Whoa.
Attempting to steal our sector.
That seems to have been a slight awkward move there. Oh, the B4 shoots and direct hit on the Pack 40, leaving him with only the Puma now to deal with things. Armour, there we go, rushing in from the east towards the west to support the shock troopers. MG4 to the bit perhaps, there we go, we got the shock troopers caught a bit awkwardly. From other actually does not protect before gets suppression power, but still managed to secure the Maxim, pushed away from the fuel pond there. And there go KV8, going straight for the MG42. Puma flanks the KV8, not KV8, but KV1. Getting in some hits with its 50mm gun. Hits a tractor again. Ja, Jürgen, es ist recht, we're going to have to give you a tractor badge. Get it together, man. Panzer IV defeats Panzerwagen moving ahead here. Puma taking hits there. Puma needs to fall back here. In the east we got T-70 in from the Grenadiers. There you go. Damaged engine on the T-70. But the Grenadiers are very much risking total annihilation there at the veteran cruise ends. And there we go. That's a full Grenadiers with their white veterancy too. BlackAce's losses are once more pulling him down here as Cheese just relentlessly assaults. He's actually got quite a bit of fuel there, so should perhaps consider utilising something. There you go. Cunt's going straight for the Puma. What to deal with? No, instead goes the command tank. T7 moving up this. Perhaps should actually pull back. K1 back for repairs before they're sitting up ready to shoot there. There you go, command tank and Puma in. There you go, T7 in a lot of trouble. And there you go, kaputt. Russische Panzer brennt. In the west, the Maxim Sturgly holds up. The Grenadiers moving up, but the Maxim crew they can't hold out forever. How do we fix this thing? I don't know. There wasn't a manual. Go, got the Maxim running. Nothing further there. Grabbing points. Puma needs repairs. Obviously closing in on Veteran 2 though. Going for the fuel point there. BlackAce holding on, however, desperately under the repeated and vicious assaults of Cheese. In fact, he's utilising now, in fact, the entire doctrine, which is actually a surprisingly rare feat nowadays. That's practically an achievement. Panzer Grenadier on the way for BlackAce. Heading in some more veteran SS Soldaten to try and throw back the rations here. Not just going to eye on the Grenadiers. And they're like machine guns, and they obviously can throw it towards them. Command tank doing what he can there with its stubby gun. And he actually knocks out his own Pack 40. They're trying to nudge to the Russians, worried that Cheese could actually utilise against them. Pioneers doing what he can. Cheese beginning to float more manpower. No vehicles, no armour.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
I'm surprised he's not getting even, say, an SU-76 or trying to take up for, say, T-34s at SU-5. But there you go, Panzer Grenadiers arriving, comes at fire. They could get wiped there if he's not careful. There you go, down to 3 man, low on health, 2 man. Got additional pioneers up here for BlackAce, who has yet to take up. So far, just relying on the doctrine, which is something dangerous in mobile defence. Shops here rushing against the Grenadiers, getting some good hits with their PPH-41s. Puma though sets out on the hunt. Good hit there. K1 misses. Panzer Pioneers versus the conscripts. Using in the Pioneers first, having them draw the fire, then allowing the Panzers to do more damage and overall last longer in the fight. Of course, there's a better chance for them to gain veterans. The Pioneers don't need as much as the Panzer Grenadiers need every opportunity, of course, to get more experience. They can much faster hit Veteran D2, which is again where they sort of really get good. Puma there, Veteran D2, shots bouncing off the frontal arm of the K1 now, and there we go, MG halting the Panzer Grenadier. Still no further vehicles, no further armour for Cheese, no SN6, not going to say a second K1, which didn't just give him a large amount of armour to roll over his opponent with. He's securing the cut-off point. Not much hanging on there. We go again, more aerial reconnaissance, keeping an intense eye on what his opponent is doing, but also where he's doing it and how he's doing it. That is definitely admirable there. And again, that is really super rare for any player to do. Even in the higher rankings, one tends to not think much of reconnaissance. But of course, also in this case, allows you to just shoot at this B4 better. Nice attempt there, but didn't quite work out. K1 moves up, closing in the Veterans 1. Command tank supporting Grenadiers. Puma moving in as well. Pioneers, Panzer Grenadier. He's got enough munitions for target weak point. Quick keep round, could do the trick versus the K1. Shock troopers, engineers, a full assault unit here from Cheese, sweeping straight out of the ND42, keep rushing that back. Panzer's doing what they can. Shock troopers are low enough and healthy. Oh no, man, grenade off. Pushed away. Puma doing what they can. Panzerkampfwagen, 4th Panzerwagen flanking in there. Light damage to the K1, which most of the shots are simply bouncing off the thick armour of the K1, which was actually a lot more threatening in the early stages of the war than was in the later stages. In the early stages of the war, in fact, very few German anti-tank guns could actually penetrate the armour of the KV-1, which actually gave the Germans quite a headache. And they had to primarily rely on the Pioneers to get close and that way disable them, or on Flak 88s or artillery to deal with them, specifically howitzers being used as anti-tank guns. But almost got the K1 there, but gets away. Engineers taking losses. Willie sitting in with the Puma there to try and knock out the K1. There we go, shoots. Gets in range of the K1, almost Oh, main gun destroying the Puma. Pop smoke. Scheiße. Pioneers about to get wiped out. MG42, they're pinning down the Maxim. Werkstatt sie free. Gute Arbeit, Leute. He's actually floating a lot of fuel there. He's sort of caught up in just the infantry plane. It's not continuing again, you know, just getting more stuff, because on the other hand, in fact, we've got a second Puma here. BlackAce is again, you know, spreading out his investment a bit further. He also utilizing fuel and getting ensuring it's not just all on the infantry, and thus it's just all manpower bleed he'll be suffering, which, you know, is a bit important. If you So well played there, and certainly also makes it a bit hard just to pin down with the artillery. But for the counter situation we got here, damage-wise to close, kill-wise, BlackAce is ahead, though Cheese is slowly trailing after him. In terms of army value, Cheese is ahead, but we actually now slightly here, BlackAce actually still finally getting ahead there. Points held. Cheese is pretty much dominating here, but again, there's this thing called resource split. Again, all the fuel here is giving BlackAce a chance to sort of, you know, really get ahead there and sort of do some damage. So I mean, really for Cheese, what it's all about now is actually utilising some of that fuel. Either getting more KV-1 tanks, you know, just build up a large armoured squadron and just push through that way. I mean, if you get 2 or 3 more, I mean, the Pumas won't be able to do anything, but with one KV-1, 2 Pumas, for example, can just pull through, but with more KV-1s it's going to be a lot harder, for example. But also get, you know, some 6s instead, you know, they could easily outrange the Pumas, do some good damage that way. All take up, go for H-35s or T-34s, and that way strike his opponent. Either way, they'll use the fuel. Instead, he's just currently putting most of the pressure on the infantry. And in that sense, you know, BlackAce is just slowly counting it hard and hard. The command tank is helping, but the MG42s, the machine guns, the panzer gunners all sort of contribute to sort of further manpower bleed there if BlackAce sort of sharpens up his infantry play. So those are some things that Cheese needs to consider. More minesweep from others would be good, and yes, you're more some more from other Russia here and there to, you know, strike and quickly overwhelm BlackAce at times. I think could still work out quite well. For BlackAce, more panzer gunners would be good, but overall I think you need to take up, get some more armour, some actual armour, just relying on Pumas and command tanks. That is, I think, a bit of a limited option in the longer run, whereas getting some actual armour I think would give him a very strong position versus Cheese, who again is so far refusing. If he were to get some Panzer IVs, Stuks or Austrians, he could really, I think, do further damage versus Cheese and actually gain a lead. And in fact, he needs something, because victory points wise things are looking pretty dim. But as more panzer gunners, the more he can bleed out the infantry, the better. Consider laying down some mines himself as well. But always tag up, get some armour. So let us return to the fight and see what happens next here. B4 turning again.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75
Puma's rolling ahead. Grenadiers, there's shock troopers, no chance there for the Grenadiers, getting absolutely shredded. In these we've got the Puma again, trying to catch the Puma up, rising in the air, straight into an anti-tank grenade. Less than wise. B4 shoots, blows up a tree. I'm sure it was a fascist tree, comrade. Do not worry. Even traitorous foliage shall feel the wrath of the Soviet Union. Grenadiers there, veteran to 3 light machine gun shocks moving across open ground, but they're going to be close though, but at the same time the country they're supporting, the Grenadiers are not going to go there to go grenade off, forced away. Command tank, he's first repairing the Puma, not the command tank, but he's not using his veteran 3 pioneers to be able to do it faster. Then again, he might also just be cautious about, you know, having all of his units repaired at one spot, you know, in case the B4 shoots and murders them all horribly. Panzer gunner there taking losses. MD42 hanging about. Still no take up for BlackAce. Still nothing further there from Cheese either. And shock troopers halted. There you go, B4 shoots. And gets the veterans of the MD42 crew. That is quite a loss there for BlackAce. Mostly because of the experience. I mean, the MD42 he can just recruit, but he can't just replace the veteran of 3. He lost there. That's going to hurt. Panzer was pushed back. Maximum inside the building, quite a problem. Further armoured assault here in the western side, but again, he has to be careful. The 2 Pumas attempt to strike at it. Shots there at the rear. Puma. Close to eventually 2 though on the KV-1. And MD42 pushed away. Other one on the left behind here for Cheese to secure. And there we go. Command tank flanking the K1. There we go. Getting some hot shots through the rear armour of the K1. Another shot there. Managing actually for the command tank. Eventually two for the K1. Puma moving in. As access to the target weak point he wants to, but looks like he's not going for a good hit of the K1 return. Puma forced away. More shots bouncing off the front line of the K1. Pioneers sorted here by the maximum. There you go. Pioneers versus a lot of engineers. Fire versus fire.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Moving in. Most of the shots bouncing off the armour of the K1, but still some are getting through. K1 needs to fall back. He needs some. He's actually got a field gun now, but it's too late to support, and the K1 gets knocked out there. Too many hits there for the Puma in the end to actually bounce, and there you go. Veterans defeat for the Puma too. That's definitely going to help a lot there. It's going to be a lot better versus infantry as well. Another B4 shot, but misses the mark again. 54 though versus 148. Panzer's moving here and getting a bit of trouble. Going for the victory point again, keeping up the bleed that he's really intending just cleaning up BlackAce for victory point. That's certainly one way of doing it at this stage, for sure. But I do think he's beginning utilising more of that, fuel he's actually got there, instead of just feeding more and more infantry into the meat grinder. Just bleeding out that way. Though BlackAce needs to take up as well. He's very much running the exact same risk, and he certainly has a higher risk for it because he's facing off against artillery. Engineers wiped. That's a definite win there for BlackAce. Command tank slowly hitting on Veteran 2 moving up against the conscripts. Got the MD42 in the hands of Jesus Stout front Nikki. Down to 21. This is looking pretty bad. We're going to tank versus the Panzer IV command tank, forcing away the conscripts doing what it can. Now we need to defend field gun telling about here madly. Almost got the Puma there, almost. B4, not sure what to shoot at, not apparently they're around the victory point there. 10 points left, Grenadiers make a straight run for it, and there we go. He's even using counter-attack tactics to sort of try and, make up for things there. In fact, I think holds very close actually utilising entire doctrine. You just need to use Austrian reserves at this point. There you go, flanking the field gun, moved too far ahead with no support here. Cheese made a tactical blunder. He might be getting that point again, but some players basically just keep making mistakes because they just think, okay, I can get away with a lot higher risk because I just need to do it for like a few seconds now. It might be in fact what he's doing. So right, they push this field gun too far, and the command tank easily flanking, doing a lot of damage. There you go, merging out with the conscripts, trying to buy more time. The problem is it's just too close. The command tank just needs to drive past you. Pioneering with shock troopers, engineers there, Grenadiers firing in as well. Puma command tank just keeps firing in. That Puma doing with the chemical action machine gun and main gun, and we got Veggie 2 here for the command tank. There we go, field gun crew annihilated. Bodies lit all over the place. The field gun itself is probably covered in blood at this point, and who knows what else. Another K1 out here for Cheese fighting against some armor. I just feel like it's a bit late here. His opponent still has more vehicle overall. Still no take up for BlackAce. Really should consider it. Shock troopers pushed back here by Puma, Panzer Grenadiers, and what else here he could throw at him. K1 moving in from the south. B4 almost ready to shoot there. We'll try and go for it. Will he try it? Will he try it? No. Too slow there. Oh no, he's going to shoot anyways. Perhaps the Grenadiers. No. No. K1 they take heavy damage with the two Pumas just firing away. Check out the Veteran 3-1. Main gun destroying the KV1. Oh dear. Target weak point there. That's good. There we go. Knocked out another K1 there. Lost for Cheese. The two Pumas. The K1s just don't last much. Until the Veteran 3 again with its high rate of fire. Basically means even if it bounces at like 50% of the shot, it's still going to end up doing a lot of damage because it just shoots fast. Going for the fuel there. And finally taking up there, finally. Of course, on the other hand, if Cheese just plays a bit carefully, he's got plenty of time to give off, so he doesn't need to rush in there. He just needs to sort of build up a solid force and then make a single push or two. And if he just were to get some mission 6 as support, I think he'd do a lot better. B4, very close to getting a direct hit on the Puma. Very close. Anti-tank then down the engine of the Befehls Panzerwagen. Mine's not finished. The troops getting pummeled out in the open. And he can finally set up that support. McCoy just needs a bit of manpower there before he does so. Conscripts in a pretty bad position there, go pushed away. Oh dear, we might see a wipe, nope, gets away. Maxim versus MD42, and the Maxim is making short work of the MD42 crew out in the open, going for the other victory point there, but at the same time holding this one, just rendering it neutral just in time. I mean, again, that could have been very active there for BlackAce. Very close to a GG situation, but he might just be able to turn things around. Though BlackAce could, of course, just further hedge his bet by going for counter-attack tactics, as ensure he grabs it rapidly. We also got Ostturben Knight here to support. Can't move straight here to the Ostturben. Puma there dealing with engineers. Got the second Puma rhyming as well, small here patrol. Usually armoured cars, but in fact sort of separate into small sort of units here of two. Fun fact there. Oh no! And it is wiped by a B4 hit. Betty 2 there for the B4 as well. 15 kills. Oh, Puma went down to mine! Small victory there for Cheese, for certainly east. This is the pressure of it promised wasn't the most veteran. And then of course the command tank is still there as well. He's still got plenty of fuel, but again the way he's sort of playing his infantry at the moment just means he's just throwing that and constantly getting him cut down. Bleeding out and saying he can't build up enough, you know, manpower to get more armor out if he's not careful. He needs to sort of shift his play style a bit here and just realise, you know, you need to take a breather and, you know, not just rush at it. Almost knocked out the command tank there with the B4. Very close to Veteran defeat now, actually. Could you wipe there, Conscript doing a lot of damage on these, making a run for it. And MD42 though turning into support. Shock troops moving ahead. He's constantly feeding small amounts of troops there. I think he suggested it's I will focus on these two until he just focuses too much there, and then I should quick make a strike for the west. Instead he's just splitting up his forces, which again at the moment I don't think is necessarily the wisest idea. Not with the amount of army here that BlackAce has, again, which can quickly react and shift to the different sort of smaller threats here. And in particular, if he then begins adding in, say, arm in form of Panzer IV or flak panzers, Cheese is really going to find himself having a hard time doing much. And there we go, using the Ostturben to secure the MD42. B4 shoots. Trying to catch the Ostturben there. I think that was a bit ambitious there by Cheese, and obviously a bit reaching too far. So we've got a field gun more here for Cheese, for Deutschland, not Deutschland, the Soviet Union. Deutschland is BlackAce, who's so far just mounting very fanatical defences around each of the victory points. In fact, he's got two MD42s around this one, but none around the western one. On the other hand, he's got Panzer Grenadiers, and his Veteran Fleet Puma. So either way, though, Cheese is going to meet very heavy resistance as he makes a move for either point.
Supply sector under attack.
Bomb grenade off there, B4 shoots. So it's not, that's just a field gun actually, I think. B4's yet to shoot, but there you go. Might try and make a shot there, either for the Puma or for the infantry. What would go for? Oh, there we go. There was sort of, it seems nicely coordinated with a single shot there for the field gun either way. They almost got the Ostturben, but not quite. Panzer Grenadiers slowly closing in a bit into fleet, and there you go. Finally getting some arm about the T70. T70 going to sort of try and focus more on the infantry, in case he get out some more heavy armour. Perhaps he hasn't realised, you know, that BlackAce lost one of his Pumas right there. But the noose is slowly tightening here around Cheese's neck. He's sort of frantically scrapping to try and get it off, but he's not quite succeeding so far. And BlackAce can very soon tighten it really hard, either with an Austrian or a Panzer IV. And there we go, Panzer IV on the way here, is getting some armour now, some further Panzers. It is further going to make things a lot more painful here for Cheese. And that Panzer IV command tank is close to Vector 3. Puma getting further kills as well alongside the command tank. Panzer boosting what they can as well. This is Sturmgewehrs. There you go, Cheese, and we get reconnaissance and B4 shoots. Hold it here by the MD-42, Panzer IV almost done. 19 kills on the B4, very, very close to Vet-73. And there we go, Panzer IV out. Panzerkampfwagen 4. Bombs was pushed away. And we got Grenadiers flanking in from the north, T-74 to fall back with only a field gun to support. And a large amount of angry Germans arrayed against it. There's not really much to defend there. Could go straight forward, and he doesn't have enough music for a direct fire attack. Field gun in a lot of trouble, getting flanked here by 2 tanks and the Grenadiers. Wasn't able to get up there in time, I fear. Tanks striking it down. There we go, knocked out. Probably going to wreck it. No, he's going straight for the B4 here. Can't rushing ahead though, lots of infantry. He's going for... Ooh, close quarter shot. Oh, there we go, almost got it. Crewing the field gun as well. Close there, close there. But the command tank escapes with a sliver of health and only needing a sliver of experience to hit Vet-73. T-7 tank towards the east, realise of course the west is a no-go zone there for the tiny tank. Instead moves towards the east to look for some squish infantry to deal with. And of course things better to repair the B4 to ensure it doesn't get quickly knocked out there by the Germans. Puma, those quick respond here to the threat of the T-7 on the eastern flank. BlackAce is not missing a beat here. He knows one mistake right now and this could all be undone. He needs to play this completely secure. No mistakes, no silly play. There we go, counter hold here by the MD-42. Puma moving up here as well. Goes around there, go damage engine, but that is a sacrifice. He's more than willing to make just to damage and to suppress. To what there if he's not careful there, Mr. Cheese.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
He's got so much fuel, he's not utilising it. No assault guns again. A pair of F-6 will come could do a lot of damage to the tanks and the Puma, but he's just not getting. He's not getting more KV-1s here. I really think this is an increasingly problematic issue here for him. There go, field gun getting hit on the Panther 4. Damage engine as well. Smock pop though, and there we go. Here, T-7 dealing with the MD-42 and his engineers trying to crawl forward through the heavy bursts of shots they're going across the heads and into them occasionally, and there you go, MD-42 down, comes to the ding with Austin, getting suppressed to the maximum fire. Command, Panzer IV, they're supported under this command and the command tank, 44 kills. Another Panzer IV on the way for BlackAce. He's really building up an armour force again compared to Cheese, who's just had very little armour out at any one time. Here, BlackAce on the other hand does not hesitate to build up a large armour force.
Not let up. The enemy still has 300 points. The enemy is taking our territory.
Pioneers need to retreat. On health facing off a lot of very upset Russians. Sliver of health gets away, perhaps. Panzer IV finding a bit of support there. Puma sniping. Or at least attempting to. We got more field guns out here for Cheese, but again, no attempt at SS-76s, no attempt at anything bigger. This feels a bit strange. Panzer IV sets up, pinned by machine gun going up. Shock troops here versus Panzer Grenadiers, Ostrom Grenadiers. Few hits there on the command tank. Panzer IV, the rage of flanking now. In fact, placed them so close to each other. Good flank here, could easily do a lot of damage there. Woo, that was very close there for Cheese. We got another shot there from the B4. Very close hit there, but not quite. Of course, the second Panzer IV now. BlackAce has got quite the armoured force up. 2 regular Panzer IVs and a command tank, all supported by a veteran fleet Puma heavy armoured car. That is definitely bad news there for Cheese. So now he's basically out-panzered. I mean, you got mines going down here. We can really see that BlackAce is just fortifying as much as he can. They could, of course, consider a machine gun bunker here in the west. In fact, he's got a ton of munitions, more mines, but also bunkers, I think, are really good for there. Sure, the B-4 can deal with it, but, you know, it would still, require some effort instead of shooting his other troops. Choose moving ahead here. Straight into several machine guns. Panzer Grenadiers, of course, the command tank is... just regular Panzer IV. Command tank is away all the back in the northern fields. B4 shoots again. There we go. Gets a single kill, but not quite there. Panzer IV head straight past the field gun. Command Panzer IV number 2 flanks in. Command tank nowhere to be seen. Field gun's heading back. Oh, needs to pop smoke. Well, have the other Panzer IV sit, but instead he chose also not to shoot at the infantry. Bit of a mistake there, I think, by BlackAce. Popping smoke there right in front of the field guns. Cheeky bastard, but still, damaged engine. Could just attack round here, tries to catch it by luck. Command tank still doing nothing there. I guess BlackAce forgot about it, which is not good. He's entering ahead. Still on the side of an AK-1, close to 500 fuel there floating. Conscripts standing their ground but dying. Panzer IV down a bit or lost there for BlackAce and for the Deutsche Panzerwaffe. T-70 about to get knocked out here. Sliver of health. And there we go, kaput. Field guns, MD-42 trying to hit with the Puma. Jesus' forces increasingly outmaneuvered here by the more swift and aggressive Panzer forces here. BlackAce with his more panzers and armor cars. He keeps hitting from different angles. Playing hard here for Jesus not knock down any part of their map. But there we go. Mine went off there. Command tank in a lot of trouble. 50 kills though for Deutschland. 50 kills. A true ace and a true officer. They go about to lose the command tank though. About to lose it. About to lose it. Scheiße. Oh dear, someone got crushed. Dimitri, where did you go? I can't see you in this smoke. I just heard a crunching, you were gone. Where are you, my best friend? Panzer IV flanking in there. Command tank now managed to push through here, actually getting more kills in the smoke. That thing's a murder machine.
We have a new Panzer IV.
MD-42 in a lot of trouble. Cheese is in a rather deeply cheesy position. D4 shoots. I think he's trying to catch the command tank very close. The really sort of aggressive move there, trying to protect the retreat path of the command tank and just knock it out that way. And in fact, he was surprisingly close to doing it. Field gun about to get knocked out here by the Grenadiers. MD-42 shifting about, and we got more shock troops out for Cheese, but so much fuel there. Just so little armour. Compare again with BlackAce, who's just been bringing out there and ultimately dominating the field.
Well done. We have forced the enemy down to 200 points.
Oh dear. That road certainly looks broken. A lot of wrecked equipment all over the place by now. At this point, it rather looks like GG here. Cheese is simply at this point outnumbered and outgunned. Panzer IV moving in. And it basically, I think, boils down to just not getting enough armor, just floating too much fuel. Because again, had he just at any point then, particularly in the early game, we had really good advantage, just got more armor of some kind. I mean, he probably had to beat BlackAce, but for some reason he just held back and just kept throwing infantry, just bleeding out to the point where now it's actually too difficult for him because his infantry just keeps dying, he has to keep replacing it. And the victory points didn't allow him for it either. 66 kills there on the Panzer IV command tank. There we go, going straight for the command tank. Unguarded, undefended, unscreened. There we go, almost got it, almost got it. And there we go, Cheese surrenders, realising he's in a lot of trouble, and makes for the hills. So there we go, GG, game over. An interesting play, I think, in sort of many senses. Cheese again started out really strong, but again, for some reason, he just sort of fell apart there by the late game. I'm not sure it was overconfidence, or it was just he really didn't want to get a lot of armour, but he just sort of, I mean, he failed to get a lot of armour, he failed to get anything to counter it, just kept with a few things that then got outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the Pumas. And he never got anything to sort of seriously harm the Pumas. He was also very late into gaining further anti-tank defences, relying on only one anti-tank gun at a time, which I think also hurt him quite a bit there until it was too late again. At that point, BlackAce has swung things around really surely and with a lot of tanks. Perhaps it was just, 5 victory points. He just thought he could do it ended quickly and didn't want to prepare for a larger force, but ultimately it became his undoing. BlackAce, though, strong there in the beginning. I think he perhaps gone for too many grenadiers. And not enough Panzer gunners and other things there. Perhaps hadn't quite put it there again. Cheese, aggressive playing. Cheese, I mean, really went for it again. Really well done there by BlackAce holding on as long as he did. He could perhaps benefit from taking up a bit sooner there for medium armour. But overall, he was able to outlast his opponent, sort of finish him off. But again, if Cheese had just gone for another K1 while had the first one and just missed some sixes, I do think he could have won this game easily. But he didn't, and for some reason, he never really got a lot of armour and ended up just floating so much fuel. I mean, BlackAce was able to claw his way through, but again, it was close at times, but ultimately, he just couldn't break there because he just lacked that last element to, break BlackAce. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you additional matches. If it did, want to subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send in a provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Lynching. Cheers, thank you for watching, and hope to see you all another time. Bye.